I'm Ashton Addison from BlockWest Capital for Investment Pitch Media, and today on the Crypto Coin Show we have Andy Kulikyan, founder of Citadel Wallet. Andy, welcome to the show, and thank you for taking the time.
Hey Ashton, really excited to be here and tell you about what I've been building.
Definitely, I'm excited to dive into the Hedera ecosystem. I know it's one of those protocols that's been in exponential growth, and there's definitely a need for wallet and security infrastructure as well. So I'm excited to dive into that with you. But I'd love to start off our conversation together by just hearing to start a little bit of your background in blockchain tech, how you got into Hedera, and how that led to Citadel.
So before getting into blockchain, my personal career is in electrical engineering. I've been a hardware engineer, electrical engineer for 7 years already. It's hard to believe that many years have passed. Graduated in 2016 and directly dived into the industry and found some jobs and started developing systems mainly focused on, surprisingly, security areas, automotive, avionics, military industry. So I've been kind of having a lot of experience in that field and being security focused and security minded. And then around 2017, when the crypto bubble started to happen, I got really interested in cryptocurrencies, initially just as an investment. This is a new asset class. It's trying to decentralize finance. There were a lot of interesting things and ideas going on at the time, but also there was a lot of hype. So in 2017, I started doing research. I was a little bit disappointed because of how much hype there is and how much the technology itself is lacking, what these projects are promising to build. And then around 2018, learned about Hedera, actually learned about Swirls Labs, which wasn't even Hedera at the time. It was a private company selling the license to this hashgraph technology that Dr. Lyman Baird had invented. And I got really interested in this technology, read through the white paper, listened to a lot of lectures and videos by Dr. Lyman Baird, and I was hooked. I was like, if there is any technology in Web3 that can make it and actually bring this to reality, make this a real financial infrastructure to decentralize the traditional finance, it has to be Hedera. And I got really interested, initially joined as a community member, started to promote the network on Twitter as HBAR to the moon. And having that engineering background and developing systems, security-focused systems, I felt the need that there is something missing, even though there were some other hardware wallets in the ecosystem. But because the ecosystem is so nascent and new, even the hardware wallets are lacking that maturity. They just seem like nobody cared about product development. Let's put together something quick. There's a lot of people with money in this industry. Let's just make some money. That's how it felt like to me, based on my experiences using these hardware wallets. So I felt like there's a real gap to fill there, building a hardware wallet that is very user-friendly, very secure, but at the same time, supporting many more services than just crypto transfers, because that's just the beginning of all these things. Crypto transfers are going to be the most boring part in the future, in my opinion, of what you can do with these networks. And I decided to fully focus on Hedera, support Hedera, and build this product on Hedera. And that's kind of how I got into Hedera and then started thinking about developing this hardware wallet.
Yeah, amazing. Great backstory, Andy. And to have that experience as electrical and hardware engineering, that sounds like the ideal experience to develop one of the coolest products I could think of would be a crypto wallet that actually has security and a good user experience, of course, needed to onboard hopefully the next millions of people into cryptocurrency as well. So and I'm guessing that you analyzed the current hardware wallets. There's only a few that have really done well, Trezor and Ledger and things like that, but I don't think they're very catered to Hedera, or probably they also have vulnerabilities in them as well. Can you talk about how do you approach that and start? Hey, I'm going to make create a company to create a hardware wallet for Hedera that's secure but also user-friendly and has all these attributes. How did you start with that, and where are you positioning Citadel Wallet in this mix?
Yeah, no, that's a really good question. I mean, initially when I started thinking about developing a hardware wallet, I started looking into existing hardware wallets and to see how they develop these devices, what kind of electronic components they use, what kind of security measures they take to make sure that the wallet is actually providing that security that they're promising to their users. And I quickly realized, I mean, in terms of, so the hardware wallets themselves have two different main components in them, the secure element and the microprocessor that communicates everything else in the external world with the secure element, which protects and holds your private keys. The secure elements themselves on these hardware wallets are pretty high security, so they will be able to protect your keys. But the microcontroller, which is another important component in the wallet, were very generic components in these hardware wallets. And that's a security attack vector. If someone can access the microcontroller, they can communicate with the secure element and sign the transactions without even needing to get access to your private keys, right? You don't really need to have the private keys to send the HBARs or other crypto out. You just need to have a way to communicate with the secure element to sign those transactions. So I just started digging into the overall architectures that these wallets are building, and also hardware architectures and also software architectures. At the same time, I was looking in the overall secure IoT industry ecosystem, what kind of new technologies are coming up that none of these hardware wallets are even aware of that I could utilize to enhance the security. And I found this latest, there's this ARM processor company that's making ARM microprocessors, and they have a brand new architecture for a new microprocessor that is specifically focused on secure applications. And they have already a lot of cryptographic features built in, memory protection on the hardware level, built into the microprocessor, which now combined with that secure element, which our secure element is even higher secured than anything else in the market. From hardware perspective, we're elevating the overall security of the device to a whole new level. And then we also need to think about the software. If the software written on this microprocessor is not that secure, doesn't matter if the processor itself is secure, there will still be ways for software attacks to gain access of the device. So then I partnered with Headstarter, who has a very talented and experienced software development team. And coincidentally, some of the developers from the team had experience with this kind of low power IoT devices. So they had played with this kind of microprocessor, which requires a little bit different type of an expertise than just web programming through JavaScript. So their understanding of Hedera combined with their understanding of developing low-level code-based devices was the perfect match, and they have already developed most of the firmware, and we have some demonstrations coming up very soon. I'll try to show a very quick demo today as well, how you turn on the device and how you interact with it.
Amazing. And from what I understand, you've been in the works with this with your team for a while, but it's actually not out yet, and the pre-orders are coming soon.
Yes. So the pre-orders are coming at the end of this month, March 29th and 30th. They will be happening on Headstarter Launchpad through NFTs. So we're combining Web3 with the hardware wallet. If you buy the NFTs, you become part of the NFT project, which comes with many utilities associated with Citadel Wallet and the NFT project. And on top of that, all these NFTs come with the hardware wallet itself. So when we go to market, which is we're estimating at the end of this year, you will be able to simply go on the website, connect your wallet. We see the NFTs in the wallet. You claim your hardware wallet, and you're good to go. We ship it to your address. So we're trying to also experiment with Web3, try to bring in all the benefits of NFTs into this project to help us bring the brand, build the brand and the community on top of it.
Yeah, I think that's a great approach, incorporating the NFTs, and it's a great added value for NFTs. One of the ways that they should be used, besides just this digital artwork. So I like that. I'm definitely going to check that out for the pre-order March 29. Now you mentioned that as you're developing it, you have some of the prototypes already. Maybe you could share a little bit on what it looks like and if you can turn it on, things like that.
Yeah, so yesterday, I'm not sure when this interview goes live, but yesterday we did show the first look of the wallet to the community on Twitter, and a lot of people were very excited to see it finally becoming a reality. Until this point, it was just a 3D concept on the website, but we do have the wallet ready already. Let me see. Yeah, so this is the wallet itself. We are going to have multiple different colors right now. The first prototype is in gray color. It has a middle metallic band to protect the device even further. The electronics, if you drop it, this stainless steel metallic band is going to protect the electronics. Display itself is touchscreen, full color.
Awesome.
And we have two buttons. One is for powering the device, the other one for approving transactions. Now let's power the device. I'm not sure if you can see through the camera. Sometimes the lighting is not very good. This is the development version of the firmware, beta version of the firmware on the wallet itself. It's asking if I'm okay to move forward. I just click. You can see the Citadel Wallet logo. And right now it's asking if I want to create, since this device was never powered on before or initiated before, it's asking if I want to create a new wallet or import an existing wallet, similar to the experience with Ledger Wallet. So if I click a new wallet, it will ask me to input the access PIN. This PIN will be used in the following times. Every time you try to access the device, nobody else can access this device unless they have that PIN. So I'm just going to input simple, just zeros for now. You can see touchscreen is very seamless and responsive. 3, 4. And now it's displaying the mnemonic phrase that you need to write down on the paper or on a metal sheet and store somewhere or save it. And your account, a private key and public key pair will be generated based on this mnemonic phrase. Again, it's a touch screen. You can scroll down very easily. There is no buttons that you need to push and move to the next steps to see every single word. User experience is going to be very convenient. And then once you have written down everything, noted, and now it says awaiting for transactions. From this point on, you will be able to pair with Hashpack. Hashpack is one of the leading software wallets in the ecosystem. There's other software wallets which in the future we're going to support as well. Initially, we're working with the team closely to make sure that we take care of all of the bugs, make sure that our SDKs are ready to be launched publicly for anyone else to use. But right now, we're pairing with Hashpack and signing HBAR transfers, NFT transfers, native staking, all those transaction types that the community is looking for today. So that's a quick demo. Again, this is the beta version. The final version will have a much slicker looking UI. We haven't had much time to spend on the UI yet. We just want to make sure all the functions and services are supported and the security side of things are taken care of, and then move to the final step of developing very easy to navigate through UI. And with the touchscreen, it's just going to be very easy to use.
Yeah, no, it looks like a great little device, and thank you for that demo, Andy. And the touchscreen definitely makes a huge difference. I remember back on the original ledgers, like hitting buttons, very hard to use. And even the original Trezor not having touchscreen makes a world of difference. So I think it looks beautiful. and I'm looking forward to seeing it out and to getting
Thanks.
one. And so from what I understand, you're coming out with the pre-orders, and there's an NFT. And now, does the device it stores, the HBAR token, and also can store other tokens in the Hedera ecosystem and the NFT, like the one that for the pre-order and other Hedera NFTs as well?
Yeah. So it will support anything on Hedera network. You will be able to store NFTs, tokens, stable coins, your HBARs, and anything else that Hedera supports in the future. And you will be able to sign all transactions based on the services that Hedera supports. Smart contracts, scheduled transactions, NFT transfers, and associations, and HBAR transfers. So because we're focused on Hedera specifically, we're able to make it really native, truly native to Hedera. And with this device, you don't really need to move assets between software and hardware wallets to be able to do things. If you want to participate in DeFi applications, a lot of times people move assets from their hardware wallet to be able to sign those smart contract transactions, and that's a huge risk on their assets. With this wallet device, the goal is you pair it with software wallet and sign any type of transaction and power off. You're good to go.
Amazing. And yourself following Hedera, for quite a few years before coming into the hardware wallet side, I'm curious on your take on where you see Hedera at as an ecosystem and the HBAR token growth, with DeFi and dApps right now, because from what I understand, they've been around for a long time. They were more focused on, enterprises and sort of private, and then it pivoted more to an open source ecosystem that had all these dApps, and all of a sudden, DeFi starting to explode on Hedera and sort of catch up to Ethereum and these major ecosystems, with even from now to it seems like crypto in general and Hedera has had a pretty good year so far in 2023. By the time we get to the end of this year on the launch of the wallet, and for the years to come, how bullish are you, and where do you sort of expect a lot of growth to happen in the Hedera ecosystem?
Yeah, I mean, Hedera has been growing really fast since day one. And I'm really initially, you're right, Hedera was more focused on enterprises, trying to behind the scene build those connections with enterprises and communicate with them how this Web3 technologies can benefit them and improve their processes, make it more efficient and more trusted if enterprises need to communicate between each other to create that trust layer. But I'm really happy that the community has been so vocal and has been growing so fast that Hedera couldn't ignore the community. So now they are starting to be very involved with the community. And like you said, we have been seeing a lot of really good projects and applications coming from the community side, and very surprising, coming out of nowhere. It's just community members that have dived really deep into the technology and understand the power of this technology and performance characteristics. And they have decided to get their hands dirty and actually build projects and applications, be the first movers of this network from the community side. So I think that the right move for Hedera is to lead from both sides, from the community side and from the enterprises side. Obviously, with enterprises, there is no hype, there is no excitement. They cannot share too much. And a lot of times people in the community say, why don't these enterprises talk about what they're building? Because these enterprises have very competitive nature to them, and they cannot talk about something until they have launched it. Otherwise, some other big companies might pick up their idea and having the resources and finances and the time, build it themselves and get ahead of this enterprise. So in terms of enterprise, I'm not surprised that they're very quiet and not really active on social media. And they shouldn't. Let them do what they're doing. And actually, the main benefit and value that's going to come from enterprise is the applications themselves that launch on the network. Even them just talking about these applications is not going to bring any value. As long as they bring those to the market and they start running high TPS on the network, that's automatically going to attract many more projects, many more enterprises, and it's going to create that positive feedback loop. From the community side, I'm really happy that many early supporters, similar like me, I'm also starting to build on the network. I've been seeing so many really talented guys starting to build projects. DeFi has been taking off, and that was just a team of community members getting together and building a project. Hashback has probably 100,000 users, active users monthly, and it was just a team of guys who had met each other in Discord and decided to build this wallet. So it's been really amazing to see the growth. I think with more utility, we have already seen the signs of enterprise scale coming to Hedera with Atma.io launching on the network, and we've seen upwards of thousands of TPS running on the network daily. With more TPS coming to the network, with more applications that bring real world value to these companies and users and customers, it's going to be almost impossible to ignore this network in a few years. And that's going to directly then reflect in HBAR's price. I'm not really worried about HBAR's price. I don't even look at it at this point. People are concerned about tokenomics. Tokenomics have no difference in any crypto's price. It's just something that people pay attention to when there is no value, there is no utility to this network. So people start focusing on things that don't really matter. When the network is valuable, when network is being utilized, it will be directly reflected in the HBAR price. And I think next few years Hedera is going to explode, especially with AI taking off and all the security concerns coming up. What's real, what's not real, who generated, the identity is going to be big. And Hedera has been focused on those things since day one. They're ready for that wave when it's coming.
Wow, great insights, Andy, into the Hedera network. And you're right about the enterprises. I feel like I've looked at the Hedera council, and there's like Google and these large companies, and they don't talk about things, they just do them. So I feel like once they start doing it and it's live, then that will reflect in the price. There's not all this buildup. It's going to be like a flick of a switch, and all of a sudden, the largest companies in the world will be using this. So very exciting. I appreciate all your insights. Following the ecosystem closely for many years. Looking forward to the release of the wallet. For the viewers that want to learn about more details on the Citadel Wallet, and also how to get access to the pre-orders for March 29th and the socials, what is the best way to start learning more and to figure out how to get into the pre-order? So if you want to get just the general idea about the wallet, features, security, anything else, you can go on to our website, citadelwallet.io. If you are more tech savvy and you really want to dive into the technical side of things, how the hardware architecture is built, and what kind of more details about all the interfaces and secure element and microprocessor, you can go to docs.citadelwallet.io. That website includes a lot of technical information about the wallet. For the pre-orders, they're coming up March 29th. It's going to happen on Headstarter platform. It's headstarter.org. And the project is already live. It's showing as upcoming. It's not available for minting, but you can go and learn more about the NFT project and how that NFT project is connected to Citadel Wallet, all the utilities that it is going to bring to Citadel Wallet project. We also have a white paper available on the website. If you go on the website, on the top there's a pre-order button. If you press that, it will show you all of the NFTs associated with the pre-order, and on the bottom there is a whitelist button. You can click in white paper button. You can click and read through our 20-page white paper that explains Citadel Wallet. Guardians of the Citadel is the name of the NFT project, and it's coming. The wallet is coming. I'm really excited to finally bring it to the community. I know Hedera ecosystem is not as big as any other ecosystems yet, but with this kind of a hardware wallet fully
featuring Hedera Network, fully supporting Hedera Network. I'm hoping to put Hedera on the map as this highest security network possible, because the network itself is already very high security, most secure network, ABFT, and now users will be protected at an equal level, if not higher. And it's just going to elevate the whole Hedera network and the community, and hopefully that spreads out to other ecosystems as well.
Mm-hmm. Incredible, Andy. I will leave those links for the pre-order and for the docs and Citadel Wallet platform in the description box below. All the best with the pre-order launch and moving forward to the launch of the wallet. And thank you for the insights into the Hedera ecosystem. All the best with the project moving forward, and let's follow up in the near future.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot for the interview, Ashton. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Looking forward to coming back and give you updates.